Freedom. That's the message. But I just showed you the numbers, Governor. The country, or at least in the swing states, they're saying the economy, the economy, the economy. So does she need to reposition that message that the Biden campaign was running on?
No, I think that the vice president is doing a great job. She's on fire right out of the gate. Elections like this, and I've been involved in many since 2004, are about hope and themes and things that inspire people. I was sitting next to my daughter in the car as we saw the ad for the first time, and my daughter Maya, who's a brilliant young woman, said she got chills. You want to give people chills when you're running for president. You want to give them something to aspire to have hope in, instead of kind of the rage and hate that we've been getting from Mr. Trump. So I think this is going to work. And I think she's going to inspire a lot of women who are reproductive age, honestly, because that's their issue.
Okay. Well,
it'll be interesting.
It seems like there's not a lot of hope when it comes to the economy, which, as you know, and I hear you on the issue of reproductive rights, especially as a father, as you outlined. But when we look at just where the numbers are, it's the economy. And you know, Governor, the old saying, it's the economy, stupid. It's been that way for quite some time. Here's the personal financial situation of Americans right now. And I think it kind of explains the trouble that she's in. You see the wide gap there. When it was excellent and good to only fair, that wide gap was during the Trump years. And how people are feeling about their financial situation now, it's barely above only fair. That gap is starting to narrow. And the point there is folks just aren't feeling it, Governor. And if we're seeing this in the swing states and we're seeing this in the polling, how does she turn that around?
Because people are going to want something new. Usually that is what gives people a reason to vote. Also, once they dig into it, you know, Biden and Harris, they created 15 million jobs. People are feeling it. I understand there was incredible hardship after COVID, but I think that they're going to go to who they feel will give them hope. Hope about jobs, hope about raising up. That's usually what wins. And so we'll absolutely be able to dive into this as we go through the election. But it's highly probable people are going to rally around this message that she has. And frankly, a lot of these issues go deeply into people's lives. And she's going to create like 10 million new voters, which is going to overwhelm Mr. Trump and Mr. Vance, in my opinion.
So one of the things, though, Governor, that she's going to have to do is debate Donald Trump. And I want to get your reaction on what she said earlier today. Here was Kamala Harris earlier today. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
I have agreed to the previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
You know, she's right. Voters do deserve to see a debate, Governor, but right now there's only one on the books. Shouldn't she and Donald Trump agree to more than just one debate going forward? Doesn't the country deserve that?
Yeah, they deserve 3 debates. I would love to see that. And then we'll see that Donald Trump is going to have her, as a much younger, more vibrant candidate, run rings around him. He was able to put a pretty good hurting on President Biden in that other debate. It would be exactly the opposite if Kamala is able to debate Mr. Trump, because she does have.
You don't think she'd run into the Tulsi Gabbard problem?
No, actually, and I know Tulsi very well. Kamala is fired up, and she's had time and experience to be ready for this. Plus, Trump is really all over the place. So I think that Harris is going to do great in the debates. But look, I, as a governor, would love to see those debates. I'd love to be supportive of the VP during those debates. We all do deserve to watch it. And I bet you anything she would love to have multiple shots calling Mr. Trump out on all of the really nutso stuff he says.
And I think he probably would like a few as well. If we hear from him, we'll see where it goes. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.